Alrighty. Welcome back to another edition of Ladies and Gents Checking the Scene. This is episode 17.90210. I'm here with Bobo, Mr. Bob Murphy. Bob, how was your weekend, man?
I said I wasn't going to say anything till after the first song, but
Uh, I'm
but
gonna
it was it was pretty good.
good.
No complaints. Got to hang out with Karen and the nephew for most of the weekend. It was pretty awesome.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
you and I have talked about it before, dude. There's nothing better than being an uncle, man. It's so awesome.
Oh, it's pretty rad. I'm new to the
Right.
game, but it's pretty rad.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
His head's so floppy though, dude. Like
yeah, I
I don't
mean,
know.
well, he'll get his strength. He'll get his
It's
strength.
like I was a dad. I mean, I am a dad, but I'm saying like I remember when my kid was that little. I don't remember his head being so floppy. It's like weird. It's weird how like
Now you're
10 years is so long ago.
let's say your kid's old as shit now,
Yeah,
so
it's like fuck.
you don't remember that.
No, absolutely not.
But no, like it's from what I've gathered in my personal life, just being an uncle is super cool because it's like you're like the cool guy, right?
Absolutely.
Um, so so like we talked about earlier, my wife and I just got back from Greenville, South Carolina today, and had a good time. Had great food. We probably ate way too much. Had great beers. Um, but you know, the one thing we missed the whole time was our puppy, who is currently being boarded. And we wanted to pick him up today, but we couldn't get him today. There's like hardly anybody working. I think they do like really light hours on Sundays. So like you can come pick him up tomorrow morning. So like tonight we're sitting there watching TV. We're like, feels so empty in this house without him. But speaking of my dog or my pup, I think it's a good segue into Bob's band that he wants to listen to. So we're going to be doing a deep dive into a little band out of Canada and aptly named PUP. Here is the opening track, Guilt Trip.
How many times have you lied to my face? I can't confront you, and it's better that way. And how many
Bob coming in with that
man.
opening banger, baby.
Well, all right, so let's keep in mind that's the first record. And, I'm going to play one per record just to give you a quick glimpse into this discography, how they've evolved. I tried to sum it up to like what kind of gave you the feel for the album. And surprisingly enough, two of the four albums are opening tracks that I'm going to give you.
Sometimes the opening track's the best track.
It's I think a lot of the time it's like hey, so this is what's about to happen, get ready. And I feel like a lot of the time that's pretty cool because it kind of like sets the mood for the rest of the record. I think it's a lot of pressure on that first track, especially certain albums. You can tell when a song was selected as like, this makes sense, let's do this.
Yeah, I mean,
But
that is absolutely true. Where it's kind of like, especially if it's a band's first album, you want to open up and really just let people know what the fuck's about to happen.
Right? I mean, I'm scanning an album. The first thing I'm going to do is like, well, let's see what track one sounds like. I don't know the single. I don't know this band. So I'm going with track one. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. So that's off their 2014. So that was their debut album, right?
Self-titled. Yeah. 2013, I believe, maybe 13 or 14.
Spotify says 14. I'm not sure if that's true, but
it may be recorded in 13, released in 14. It doesn't matter. But so I do have a few notes I've written about each song. First off, the reason this band is so important to me, I came across them randomly 3.5 years ago or so, and I was just like, dude, this band is like every band I like pushed into one fucking band. Like, I've never heard a band that explores everything I like about certain styles of music more in one band in my life. Like, I've never come across one. If I do, I hope I do. I hope I'll find another one. That'd be great. But and learning about this band has shown me other bands that they're influenced by, and it's just like this whole giving tree. It's insanely cool.
Well, how did you find out about them?
So it was like one of those weekly Spotify playlist things. It was like, oh, you like these bands, so here you go.
I like PUP, and I'll note in here that PUP does stand for pathetic use of potential.
It does. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
They also refer to themselves in all one word as well. PUP the band, because PUP is really hard to search on the internet and get results other than puppy videos. So
naturally,
if you look up, like, really, it's easier to search for them with the phrase "PUP the band," all one word.
And then I think you mentioned this before. They were originally named Topanga.
They were, and a lot of the musicians come from previous bands. God, I can't remember the name of the band, but the lead singer / songwriter, he was in a ska band out of Toronto.
And that's why you like him.
No, I didn't even know until like a couple months ago, actually, that he was in a ska band. But it makes total sense to me. I'm like, yeah, like some of the shit they do, it's like, I could totally see this guy being in a ska band before, 100%. You hear some upstrokes now and then.
So funny thing, I'm just looking at their wiki. There's a picture.
Related acts might have the ska band listed.
I don't know if I see it. I was going to say there's a.
I feel like ska is in the name. It's like skanking something. It's terrible. It's such a bad band name.
Yeah, that's not a good name. But there's a picture in here. There's the banner from their Bandcamp website when they were announcing they were changing their name from Topanga to PUP.
I've never seen it. I gotta look that up.
It says Topanga is now called PUP.
Oh, that's awesome. They should have a song called that. First off, that should be like the first track. Guilt Trip should literally be called that.
Topanga is now PUP.
Don't hate us because we changed our name. Like, like we feel bad, or Guilt Trip in parentheses. We feel bad we changed our name. Like, or something, I
mean, it happens, man. It happens.
Missed opportunity, PUP.
Yeah,
for shame. Well, but these guys taught me about gang vocals. I don't think I was familiar with the idea of gang vocals before this.
Well, like the whole band is like shouting and screaming.
Not like, so I've heard it in No Effects. Like, once they hit, what was that, Catalyst maybe, or the one after that. But they started getting a little heavier with like, Chad would start doing the yelling.
You're talking about NFG.
Yeah, Newfound Glory. I'm sorry.
I think he said No Effects.
Oh, I meant to say Newfound Glory. I'm so
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, but like they started doing that. Like, and that's a thing. But gang vocals more with the way Pup does it's like it's singing. It's like sometimes the rest of the band will sing a main thing so he can do shit that he wouldn't normally be able to do if they weren't doing it.
Yeah, no, I get
I
that.
don't, yeah, I don't know how to explain it better than that, but pay attention to that as we listen, and you'll kind of see what I'm talking about.
I mean, that's a good point because we do hear that a lot in pop punk. Now, these guys are, I would say they're more punk than pop punk.
I want to say it's like post-hardcore mixed with a bit of pop punk. Like
that's what I would say. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like there's a few tracks off Boxcar Racer that remind me of this band. Not so much the like really catchy, straight to the beat, metronome ones, but dude, I Feel So. I'm sorry, I hear a lot of I Feel So in a lot of this band and a lot of the bands I've learned about because of this. Post-hardcore is a style I didn't know much about. It's melodic hardcore, a lot of it.
Well, I mean, that's what we're doing here on Ladies and Gents Checking the Scene. We're just checking the scene. We're kind of exploring how much this genre, moves around.
It's fun. It's fun following that spider web of where it all kind of started from in my mind.
Absolutely.
Because it's like, finding out about a band like Rufio led to a band like Taking Back Sunday, led to a band like Brand New, led to a band like No Effects eventually, led to a band like PUP. You know what I mean? Like there's these things, like there's spider webs. If you could put all my bands on a big fucking, you'd need more than just one wall, but fucking billboard. But they all spider web, dude. You know that. I mean,
absolutely. I mean, we've all come on this musical journey together, and we've kind of gone different ways at certain points. But that's why, Adam and I initially were going to do Ladies and Gents is like, let's figure out a common ground. Let's find out about new bands that maybe you like and I've never heard. And with a band like PUP, I know you've told me about them for a while, but now that we're doing a deep dive into them a little bit, I'm hearing things that I really like, and I feel like the listeners are like too. So,
it definitely ties into the whole theme of what we're doing here with all Checking the Scene, like for sure. Like if anything, a lot of the shit we were listening to when we were calling it The Scene is leading up to this band. This is exactly what happens because the music existed that we loved in the first place. Like
exactly.
This
and here we are in 2022 fucking talking about it on a podcast.
These guys, just to confirm, these guys are younger than both you and I.
Oh, they are?
Oh yeah, 100%. Okay. They're like a couple of them just turned like 31, 32. 100%.
Okay. So again, just to verify, these guys are from Toronto. And Bob, I think you are seeing them soon.
I am June 13th, 10 days after my 41st birthday in Charleston. I forget the name of the venue. Something.
We'll just call it something.
It's the place from Righteous Gemstones. It's the mega church that they use on that show, but it's really just the Charleston Coliseum where I saw a hockey game there recently.
Nice.
Yeah.
God, what team plays down there? We talked about it, right?
That's the South Carolina Stingrays.
And they're ECHL, right?
They are. That is correct.
Okay.
We got whomped, bro.
Well,
7-1.
My fucking Hurricanes won tonight 5-2, so we're still sitting about third in the NHL, but we definitely clinched our playoff spot. So
for sure. Rangers did too, right?
Yeah, because I think it goes Florida, Colorado, us, and then the Rangers, and I can't remember the other like 5 spots or whatever that's happening. But
this is Sports Sesh with Will Perry.
Exactly. No one, people are here to listen to music, not fucking hockey. So, anyways, so that will be your first time.
Although it is a Canadian band, to be fair.
Touche. I like the way you think.
There's a theme.
But no, before we move on to this next track, I just want to verify that is going to be the first time you're seeing them, right?
It is. Yeah.
Well, that's fucking exciting, dude.
I was supposed to see them. Like I got into them like 9 months before the pandemic, and then they were going to finally be coming to Charlotte, and guess what happened?
Exactly. That sucks, dude.
It does.
God, it sucks.
But it's worth the wait.
Yeah, it's going to make it even, even better.
They've released an EP and an album since COVID, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, and that's been the one thing that the pandemic has led to a lot more music coming out because
Bands getting back together as well. Like,
yeah,
just they have the time to sit around. They're like, dude, I miss making music with my friends, and we could do this
yeah.
like passing tracks back and forth.
Postal service style.
Yeah, 100%.
So okay, so that first song was Guilt Trip. That was the opening track off the first album.
That's not necessarily my favorite track off that record. I played it because, again, like I said, I feel like it's like the rug, in Big Lebowski. It really ties the room together. It really ties the album together. It shows you a good sneak peek of what's going to happen.
Well, yeah. So I mean, if anybody wants to check out that's just from their self-titled debut. So I mean, that's a fucking killer opening track, dude. But I want to, yeah.
So this next track, it's called Familiar Patterns, and it's off an album called The Dream Is Over.
It's funny.
Which is absolutely hilarious in my opinion.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. We have already talked about this, I think.
I'm sure many times, but it's such a great inside joke with us. One day we're gonna have to pull that snare out and just like pop it on the screen for us. Yeah.
So this was, obviously we've talked about Bob and I we used to play music together, and I don't know if we got in a fight or what happened, but
I just probably got too drunk one night and like just woke up hungover, and I was like, fuck it, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah. So I came in to sit down at my kit and, just like practice or whatever. And Bob had written on my snare drum with a Sharpie, "The dream is over. Love, Bob." I saved that snare drum head, and it was a reference to Juliana Theory, which we've talked about as well.
It was. So, you played that song for me. Absolutely.
I did. Yeah. So it's funny that their second album is called The Dream Is Over. But so yeah, we'll move right into this next track, and I
will say, all right. So Familiar Patterns, a little just prerequisite going into it. This intro drum beat is super cool. It kind of keeps the feel going through a lot of the verses and instrumental parts. And the bass, not the guitars, but the bass is in drop D, which is really interesting to me. And you'll hear it in this intro bass line. It's a really just loud dropping of the D, and it's very noticeable. You'll hear it.
Wait, so the bass is drop D, but the other one's standard?
He plays 4-string bass, correct? Mm-hmm. The guitarist plays a regular D on this note, like a bar chord D, where in drop D you would play an open, like 3-string thing to play a D bar chord, lowest one you could do. So yeah, there's none of that in it. It's just the bass is the only thing in drop D. It's pretty rad.
Cool. Well, let's hear it. So this is a song called Familiar Patterns off PUP's second album, The Dream Is Over.
Love Bob.
The Dream Is Over. Love Bob.
Well, that's a jam.
Yeah, that was good.
That's a
You know what
certified jam.
Yeah, certified Bob, dude, certified Bob. Do you know what I hear a lot of, at least influence wise? Like a lot of like it's kind of weird. But like there's some like Get Up Kids feel in there.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
Yeah, you feel that, right? Like it's almost
yeah. What did I tell you? Dude, I wrote it out on a piece of paper. Fuck if I'll probably remember 5 or 6 of the bands that it reminds me of. Definitely reminds me of Get Up Kids, reminds me of Motion City Soundtrack at times. It reminds me of my buddies from Charlotte, Dollar Signs, like the whole like talk rap or like talk punk singing, folk punk, do it yourself kind of feel. Like
now are these guys like, are they popular in Canada? Because I'd never heard of them.
They're huge, buddy. They're huge.
Okay.
Yeah. River Cuomo from like Weezer like tweeted about their newest record. Like, I mean, like they're definitely in with some bands. Like, yeah, like I mean, they're not, Green Day famous. I mean,
Right. Yeah,
but you know what I mean? But like, I mean, they're also young. I mean, who knows? I mean, they're famous enough to headline their own tour,
Yeah,
at a
that's
venue that
deal.
can handle like 2,000 people. You know, I mean, that's a big deal.
Dude, I'm excited to hear about whenever you see him. You definitely are going to be sending me videos, right?
Oh, for sure, man. For sure.
You're gonna be that guy there. So.
Might sound like shit on my iPhone 7, but we'll see how it goes.
No, and that was a great song. I liked it.
It was, man. So they have this great thing. I'm surprised I didn't mention this after the first song because the whole intro to Guilt Trip is in 7. But they love to throw in weird times just for a beat or so, or like a part. Like it's predominantly in like 6 or 4 for the most part, but every now and then you get a 5 or a 7 and it gets really fun. They have a lot of songs where they die between 11/8 and 12/8, which is really fun. Like, that 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 2 3 4 5 1 2, like that's where they die, like they dive between those 8th note, like they use them as 8th notes where generally bands would use them as 4th. It's fucking fun.
No, and I'm kind of reading their wiki a little bit. So this is their second album, The Dream Is Over. And it says, according to the band, the title is a direct quote from what's the lead singer's name?
Stefan Babcock.
Yeah. So it says here.
Tell me he quit the band with those words or said like we're done.
That's actually kind of more interesting. So it says, according to the band, the title of the album The Dream Is Over is a direct quote from Babcock's doctor after damaging his vocal cords.
Oh, that's true. He had to have like surgery and shit, dude.
Yeah, so I guess his doctor said the dream is over, dude.
And it was like, you can't. He had to relearn how to like sing a different way and shit. It's cool.
Oh wow.
So like from after this album, or like maybe halfway through recording this album, he figured it out. He'll like when he's about to go into that like frail like throaty shit, he just kind of bails and does this like he kind of like bails out like a dying bird. But it's like his trademark now, and I fucking love it. It's weird. It's like it shows his emotion. Like it's really fucking rad. So if he does that, he really meant it. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of dope. It's like a understandable bail. It's kind of cool. It's like he's
not trying to fuck shit up, right? I mean, he's trying to
he's trying to make sure you get more albums,
exactly.
or more shows.
He's like, look, I love you, but I don't.
Hates that he has to do it, so he takes to the point where it goes, and then he drops out. Like it sounds like a bail, but it's a fucking like understandable bail. Like it's great.
Yeah,
justified, if you will.
So I mean, it looks like So I guess they were with Side One Dummy Records. Which they might still be with them. I don't know, but
I've got a fun fact trivia fact about this band here that I literally put in my notes on my phone if you're interested.
Let's hear
it. You ever heard of Finn Wolfhard?
Yeah, from Stranger Things.
Yeah, sometimes they're strange, sometimes they're not. He's also a musician. I'm not sure if you knew that.
He is. He's got a band. I can't remember the name of him, but I know he's in a band.
Not sure if you know that he also is from the Toronto area.
I knew he was Canadian. Didn't know he was from Toronto.
Fair. Well, he is actually good buddies with the guys from PUP, and he's actually starred in 2 of their music videos, which is pretty rad. And they're like story based. Like they always have the best music videos. So if you're ever really want to get into this band, like they're not just good musicians. Like they all have regular jobs in like the audio video field. Like those guys always make the best do-it-yourself musicians because like they know how to do everything. So
yeah, I didn't realize they were they were boys with Finn.
Oh yeah, for sure. So that was just like a random little fun fact there. You know, like if you follow Finn on Instagram, he'll constantly be posting about PUP, and PUP will constantly be posting about Finn's like fucking music project, which I can't think of the name of the band off the top of my head, but yeah, they're pretty legit actually. It's pretty
they're good.
It's fuzzy indie rock, if I'm not mistaken, or very, you know, fuzzy power pop indie rock, if you will. But
God, Finn's only 19 years old.
Yeah, he's a kid, man. He's
Calpurnia.
Nice. There it is.
That's the name of the band.
Yeah.
And speaking of Stranger Things, I think that new season comes out soon.
Summer?
I want to see, it might be like next month, maybe. I don't know.
Sounds about right.
They just been dropping all that shit, all the trailers and stuff.
I got a couple shows I'm excited about it. Umbrella Academy and The Boys all come out in the next month and a half, and I'm pretty stoked about both those.
Umbrella Academy done by Gerard Way.
Well, he wrote the comics. I mean, it's loosely, you know, I mean, it's good. Hey, it's good. If you haven't seen it, I mean, number 5 makes it worth it, like just in general. So
yeah, I have not seen it, but I mean, I'll take your word for it. I might check it out.
Mary J. Blige is in it, bro. She's fucking brilliant in that shit. Yes, sir. She's
crazy.
Brilliant in that shit, dude. She's brilliant. Yeah, she's like, spoiler alert, she's a bad guy.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll definitely add it to the list. I'm not really big into like superhero shit and stuff like that. But
see, that's what's interesting about that one is just not so much about superheroes as it is about people that were superheroes when they were kids. Like it's more about the aftermath of what they were forced to be.
Which I can get down with that because I really enjoyed, you know, The Boys because that was a different take on the whole genre.
It was like a behind the scenes, like how the shit really would be, like how the Justice League really would operate.
So yeah, I'll definitely add it to the list. I'll check it out
for sure.
So we're gonna move along to this is their 3rd album, right, Bob? Called Morbid Stuff.
Correct, Morbid Stuff. This is in, you know, arguably, I mean, not arguably, it is. It's their breakthrough album. It's when they're hit, you know, peak popularity. You know, their song was being played regularly. If you looked up their Spotify, I'm sure Kids is probably their number 1 play. It's off this record for sure. It's the first song I heard by them, but immediately I was struck and went for a deep dive. Like within a day or 2 of having that in my mix, I was like, I'm hooked.
So Kids was the first song you heard?
It was, but it's brilliantly done, and I'm hoping to play 2 here because it's the opening track is really brilliant. Yeah, it's one of my favorite lyrics by this band. So the opening lyric, I'll say it here, is I was bored as fuck, sitting around and thinking all this morbid stuff, like if anyone I've slept with is dead, and I got stuck on death and dying and obsessive thoughts that won't let up. It makes me feel like I'm about to throw up. So he's like literally just sitting there bored, and his own mind is like his own worst enemy. He's like thinking about weird fucked up shit, like has anyone I've ever had sex with dead by now? Like and he just started going through all this weird shit in his head. It's extremely bizarre and open to me, and I think that's cool. Like I've never heard a lyric like that. Like what the fuck?
Yeah,
I mean,
there was a lyric that stuck out in another song that one of the other 2, I can't remember which track it was, but he said something about like maybe if I was drunk enough, I'm telling the truth or something like that.
Oh
yeah. I was like,
if I was drunk when I said it, it might have been true.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, because I mean that's always been a thing, like growing up, and it's like, you know, you say shit to people and they always come back and say, well, you know, alcohol brings out the true thoughts and shit like that. So
I mean, to a certain extent, you know.
Yeah, for sure. So what I'm gonna do, just a comment on it. You are right. Kids is the most popular song off this album with 14.5 million plays on Spotify.
Is it the most plays off any of their albums?
I would have to look.
I would assume it is.
Yeah, I mean it's
I would
definitely the
assume
most.
so.
Second in line on this album is Morbid Stuff, the first track we're about to play. It's 8.6. So but yeah, so what we'll do is we'll play Morbid Stuff and then I'm just gonna let it go right into Kids. I mean it's gonna be about 6 minutes.
It's how it goes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we'll just do it. All right, without further ado, this is the opening track, Morbid Stuff, off PUP's third album. Came out in 2019. Song's Morbid Stuff, and we're going to let it flow right into the second track, Kids, which was like their first big single, really.
100%.
So we'll do that.
First time I heard them, absolutely true. Yeah.
Absolutely. Here we go. And I need to turn my audio up.
Death and dying and obsessive.
It's good
Pretty
shit,
good.
dude.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You can see it's already a little more polished than those last two albums. Like that, you can tell.
But
Now,
like you said earlier, though, I mean, it's because they're getting bigger, they're making more money, they can afford the better production, they can.
it's one of those great situations where you hear a song like that's pretty fucking good. I should probably check them out more. And then you realize after listening to all their other shit, you're like, that's the worst song they have. And now I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, like, that's as bad as it gets, in my opinion. And it's not from being played out because it's one of those, I heard it and just, it's not like the radio where like you hear it every day on the fucking radio. It's
Right.
like, it's not played out to me. That I've heard that song just as many times as I've heard all their other songs. Honestly, it's somebody at the corporation was like, we need you to write a pop hit. You got to have something that can be played on these radio waves here in Canada. And they did for that one record. And I'm okay with that because the rest of that fucking record rips fucking faces off. Absolutely does. Just destroys it.
Certified banger, right?
Certified fucking gangbanger is what it is because of them gang vocals.
I liked the one vocal. I think it was the first track that it said, you had everything, but you pissed it all away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had it all, but pissed it away. Yeah.
No, it's good, dude.
Yeah. It's, I don't know what you want me to say. You stood by watching as your world went down in flames. You tried everything, but the feeling stayed the same. You had it all, but pissed it away. So it's like, you tried changing shit, but every attempt you had at doing it, you fucked it up. Like, I mean, it's like 4 different phrasings of the exact same thing in my mind, or like, just a bunch of different ways to say the same shit. I have a lyric I'm really proud of my own that says, the ship's gone, or I'm sorry, the ice has cracked, the ship's gone down, all bridges burned, the king's lost his crown. It's like 4 different ways to say you fucked up really bad.
Yeah.
Like, what I mean? It's like,
you're just reiterating it over.
Yeah, exactly. It's like 4 different analogies for how bad you just fucked up.
Yeah. How many times can I tell you that?
Like, let's think about that. Like, that's a good lyric, right? It's one of my proudest lyrics I've written. Yeah,
Say it again.
The ice has cracked. So
the ship has gone down.
You fucking drown in the ice. Yep. The ship's gone down. Like the ship is a shipwreck. That's 2 in my own opinion. I mean, they're arguably linked, obviously, but you could die both ways. Sure, playing hockey on a pond and then in a shipwreck as well. All bridges burned. So like if you're on a bridge that burns, I mean you're dead, but also it means like you can't go back. Like you destroyed that connection.
And then the king lost his crown.
Lost his crown. Yeah.
I mean that's
nobody really respects you anymore. So it's like you lost all your chances. It's fucking dope. I don't know.
I think that's a great.
I wrote it because that's how I felt at the time. Yeah.
Do you still feel that way now, Bob?
No, because my son has lived with me for the last 3.5 years.
There you go.
I feel much better about that. Good. That's what that one was about.
But it goes back to music and lyrics and everything represents a time in our life, right? That we were going through something, right? And we always have those memories there, which like I listen to old Newfound Glory, and I remember like getting ready for school when I was like 15 and like stuff like that, and just being upset about girls and all that, right? So you write those things in the time that you're in there, right? You're in that headspace.
Dude, I have like the most specific memories sometimes. Like, I don't remember so much shit.
Yeah,
but I remember a specific time down by Dillard's going up the manual stairs. Like we weren't willing to walk over to the escalators. We went manual, split level staircase in front of Dillard's to go up to the second level. And we were talking about the new Newfound Glory album, and we kept going, some girls are crazy, because we're at the mall, and we're like, we should just go up to girls and like sing that shit to them. And I specifically remember like walking up the staircase with you singing that shit like at the fucking mall. Like, I don't know. That one specific spot in the mall, like at that one moment, it's like, I'm sure
I know the exact spot you're talking about too.
It's too exact not to have been a real thing. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like I don't know what it was called then, maybe Auntie Annie's, but some pretzel twister thing was upstairs.
Yeah, Annie,
yeah. Like we weren't near it, but I just remember that's the end of the mall we were at, and It was the same day, oddly enough, but it was like probably 45 minutes earlier. David Perry pretended he was shitting in a trash can in the middle of the mall. Yeah, like he didn't even like pull his pants up. Like just like remember how those trash cans were? They like had like a 10-inch circumference, around the rim. They were wide, but they just had that metal thing on top.
I don't remember that.
He just sat there with his ass and it's pretended he was taking a dump.
Oh, those were the days where we would just go to the mall and hang out.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Give me a little bit of mall voice.
Like we just parked. We're going through. Everything is normal. Second that blast of cool air hits my face, and the vagina lips open to what is the Vagina Festival. Oh yeah. Official mall voice activated. I made it a little too Ken Kniff there.
You did.
I did.
Because you be official mall voice afterwards.
Yeah. I damn, I got my voices mixed up in my head there. Official mall voice activated.
Then we would just like walk to the food court. We're like, "What's up?"
Mm-hmm. Let me get some Sbarro.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get a fucking slice of some mediocre pizza.
Mediocre is a bit friendly.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of giving it a little too much credit.
Mm-hmm.
So your next track that I have on here,
written during COVID, off of an EP called "This Place Sucks Ass."
Okay.
It's on Spotify. You'll find it.
Okay, I'll find it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's on Spotify for sure. This place sucks ass.
I was trying to tee it up and I cannot find it.
Oh, you will.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just gonna search for it.
But this is the first record they wrote remotely. I mean, for the only one, I guess. Yeah, all the rest of them have been written together in a room.
Okay. All right.
But
are you ready? Are you ready? I found it.
I relate with this one strongly. I think it's really cool. It talks about how lonely and boring it can be, just doing the same shit every fucking day. And I think a lot of us dealt with that during COVID, especially in its, purest form early on when we were all just kind of shocked. We've become a little. The ones of us that are, vaccinated and stuff are probably a little more comfortable living life, I guess now is what I would say. I know I am. I mean, I'm like, at this point, Darwinism is my thought. I hate to say it.
Well, like my wife and I mean, we're both double vaxxed and boosted. And, we went out of town this weekend. That was the first really big trip we've really taken, like to go anywhere. And like, I still wear a mask, like when I go to the grocery store and stuff.
Fair.
But there weren't a lot of mask wearing where we were. But we felt comfortable enough. The people we were with were all vaxxed, and
my theory is I'm getting to that level where I'm going to like indoor concerts and shit. Like I'm feeling comfortable with that again.
Yeah.
And now you gotta think we're in there singing our hearts out to a band. It's like you've got to just assume at that point, hope, even with a mask, I mean, you just got to hope that everyone around you is as smart as you. And that's where like the bands come into effect. It's like, what kind of bands bring in what kind of fans? I hate to be that guy, but it's like, I'm not going to go to a Kid Rock show, even if I was a diehard Kid Rock fan. I'm not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. I wouldn't feel safe.
No, I wouldn't
for multiple reasons.
Yeah, no, you're right though. You're right. No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Like,
the band posts so much about, don't get me wrong, it's indoor and verification of a negative COVID or vaccination is required at the door. I think that's most indoor concerts at this point. I would hope that's a norm. Outdoor, I feel like personally can be a little more lenient because you have room to breathe if you want to. You can stand as far away from that stage as you want to if that makes you feel more comfortable.
Right.
But yeah, indoor, I mean, come on, man. We're all sharing that same airspace, like literally, like,
but that's what I was going to say. Like you said, though, like you can tell, you can at least get an idea of the type of people that are coming to see that band.
Correct.
So,
And the hard,
you go to some festival that has like 100 bands. I'm like, you don't.
you know, the fucked up thing is, Will, up until this pandemic, I was that guy that was like, honestly, whatever your beliefs are, like, I respect them. Like, it's hard for me sometimes, but like, I know that I can't convince you to do anything else. So it's cool. Like, and I've gotten along with everybody because of that. Like, I've understood. But we hit this thing that's not happening in anyone our age's lifetime ever, where it's
Right.
like literally affects everyone next to you more than it does yourself. And we've been put in this situation where it's like, who returns the shopping carts and who doesn't, basically. And that's the people you should associate with. It's fucking weird, man. Like,
Well, I mean,
I meant that as a metaphor, you know, an analogy, essentially.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
I think at the end of the day, it's just best that we keep trying to stay as safe as possible.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're not out of the woods yet. So, because at this point, all we can really say as of right now is that nothing changes.
Brilliant track.
Let's start it over. I always forget that I take the volume down. Yeah, this is Nothing Changes off the, what's the name of this EP?
This place sucks ass.
This place sucks ass. That's a good thing too. Sorry, this is track 4 off of the EP. This Place Sucks Ass by PUP. The song's Nothing Changes.
I sit and I watch the clock. I picture you on the rocks. I'm erasing your trace, a new coat of paint, a new set of locks, a new mattress, the same old bitter thoughts. Thought I could fill the void, but if I'm being honest with myself, nothing ever changes. No, nothing ever changes. Thought I could just crank up the noise and maybe it would drown it out, but nothing ever changes. No, nothing ever changes. And now I just stay in bed, reading books I've already read. Play guitar, well, I'm learning to shred, but it's too hard. I struck chords instead, like it would fill the void. But if I'm being honest with myself, nothing ever changes. No, nothing ever changes. Thought I could just crank up the noise and maybe it would drown it out, but nothing ever changes. No, nothing ever changes. I sit and I watch the clock. I picture you on the rocks. Erase your trace, a new coat of paint, a new set of locks. A new mattress plus the same old bitter thoughts. And even if the wait is long and all the words are wrong, put the recorder on and I'll begin again. I just need a quiet lull, some books and alcohol to get me through the night, and I'll begin again. I'll get through the night, and I'll begin again. Yeah, I'll get through the night, and I'll begin again.
How good.
That's very good.
It's very, very talented songwriting, in my opinion, man. It's just, I was worried you were going to turn it off before that little extra part at the end there. I was like,
Oh, no.
he might hear that and think it's over, but luckily you're probably looking at it.
I was like, there's 56 seconds left. I was like, there's still more there. That was a good track, man. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. So it's Jesus Christ, so fucking good.
So this is the one that.
So here's the bridge. I play guitar. Yeah, I'm learning to shred, but it's too hard. I'll strum chords instead. Like, he's trying to learn something new in COVID, like quarantine. Like, his girlfriend's already broken up with him because like she couldn't stand him anymore. It was a true story. Like, so the whole song is about like being alone for the first time forever by himself, and he can't go anywhere and do anything. So he's like, I'm gonna start learning how to play guitar better. And he's like, nope, I gave up. It's too hard. And I can relate with that.
It's a 4-piece band, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Zach, the drummer, is just, I mean, absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if you've noticed. He is just, I mean, phenomenal drummer. They're all very talented, but he just strikes to me like, wow, like this guy knows what he's fucking doing for sure. Clearly has been playing since he was probably like 6th grade jazz band or some shit.
Yeah.
But man, yeah, those guys are like that ending, like and even if the wait is long and all the words are wrong, put the recorder on and I'll begin again. So like if he fucked it up, like he'll try again to write a new song. Like he's like, fuck it, you know. I just need
it relates to some of the other bands I've listened to where they're writing songs about writing songs.
Exactly. Yep.
And sometimes, I mean, you got to think if you probably know just because I know you're a songwriter, but like if you hit like a writer's block, sometimes the best thing to do is like write about writing, right? Yeah. I mean, like try to just get your mind going and something will ignite, right? Something there's going to be some little catalyst in there that's going to jumpstart everything back. Right. So I think sometimes these guys are probably sitting there like, fuck, I don't know what to fucking write about. Like,
oh, one of my favorite songwriters, I chatted with him once and he was like, I was like, what do you do when you just like, can't come up with shit? He was like, dude, I just like stare. Like, I was specifically asking about lyrics at this point, like listening to your own track over and over, trying to get lyrics going on over a melody. And he's like, I'll literally stare at my fucking computer screen, like with a document open and like just start typing the dumbest kitty theme show lyrics I can, and then like I'll just fix words as I go. Like it's like it'll look like nonsense, and then I'll like switch words here and there until a point where it's like kind of looks like a word, like a song. I was like, all right, that's kind of cool.
I mean, whatever works. I mean, each individual is different, obviously. I mean, everyone's going to find that one thing that helps them, you know, get the creative process going. Right. And if that's that guy's thing where he just writes down random shit, he might see something in there that he's like, okay.
Yep. He's trying to, I think what you're trying to do at that point is get a cadence, you know, a lyrical cadence, syllables more than you are, because you've already got a melody, I'm assuming at that point. So yeah, you're trying to get syllables, you know, how are we going to break up these melodies? You know, I don't know. It's fun, really boring, but also fun stuff.
I mean, one of my favorite bands of all time. I mean, they've put out an entire album where there's no real lyrics.
Wow.
Yeah. It's my
Pearl Jam? Pearl Jam? Was that good? Was that funny?
For you. Yeah, no.
Was that funny? Was that funny?
What you thought was your daddy? Wow, I can't remember.
You're being too audible. Yeah, too understandable. I'm gonna need you to turn up the slurring and drunkenness to about a 14.
Yeah, that's actually been going around on TikTok recently. Like, I guess a lot of young kids who've never heard Pearl Jam before.
Like,
and I can't.
What is this guy saying?
Yeah, it might be Black off 10. I don't know if that's the song that they're doing, but it's like literally, he's just like, no, the band that I'm referencing is Sigur Rós. They're an Icelandic band.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so if you literally.
Well, none of it's in English. I mean,
No, not at all.
but
But
this one's literally just noises.
yeah, it's like in a made up thing he calls Hopelandic. So it's not Icelandic, it's Hopelandic.
So it's like the languages from I almost said Dragon Ball Z, from Game of Thrones, like making up a whole language for a fucking thing.
No, it's not him really making up a language. It's his melodic way of singing when they're writing the music. But
Oh,
then they just kept it. They're like, whatever. So
all right, I got you.
the entire album
It's like me when I write a melody going
parentheses. Yeah,
I
you could think of it like that, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, the entire album doesn't even really have a name. It's just parentheses. um,
Does that mean something in Icelandic?
I don't think so. So I'm gonna give me 1 second.
You know, the weird thing is in Finnish, I know it's not the same country, but I think in Finland that actually translates to urethra.
Oh, okay. So I'm just gonna start calling this album Urethra. That's one of my favorites. Hold on, just 1 second. Those are not real words.
That's fucking dope.
Yeah,
that's dope. Fantastic vocalist. I feel like we should probably have an episode about them, to be honest. I don't know.
We will 100% do.
I love the idea of like getting each other into bands and showing each other like what's good about bands. I mean, and I appreciate this is really the first time we've done one of these where it's like about a band that one of us kind of knows nothing really about. I mean,
right.
You know what I mean? Which is pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, we'll do a Sigur Rós episode.
That's brilliant music. We're also gonna have to talk later about, you showed me some band last time, evidently in this 5-hour podcast we did.
Oh god, 5 hours.
There was some band that
up on YouTube
strongly reminded me of Further Seems Forever, and I don't know who it is. It might have even been for the end from the
it was
end of the Kenny.
It was Circus
Survive. You're absolutely right. Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Trust me, I've
copyright infringement bastards.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that was them. I don't know. We'll see what happens with PUP.
Fuck those. It's Canada. It's international. We're fucked.
We're done. We're done
we got nothing here. We're not even gonna make. You're not even gonna be able to save this recording.
Nah, we'll be good. I think we'll be fine. Maybe it got blocked because it was 5 fucking hours long.
Canadian Armed Forces are on the way to your house. They're gonna get to you before they get to me. That's the good thing.
What if I open the door? They're gonna be like, "I'm sorry."
I'm like, "What's this all about?"
No joke. I love the Canadians, though.
I did too. Cut it out.
Cut it out.
See, that was a Dave Coulier.
joke.
Yeah, they're right. Damn right.
Damn right it was.
See,
All right,
that was a Canadian joke, technically. I didn't even mean it when I started it, and then I went with it. I was like, "Oh shit, that's Canadian."
Yeah. So we're gonna move on to the next song.
The new album
is okay. Yeah, from 2022.
Just came out on April Fool's Day.
Oh fuck yeah! And this, what's the name of the album? The
Unraveling of PUP the Band.
And so this is when they've officially changed their name to PUP the Band.
Well, no, right? They're just known by that. I mean, it's but they rented a house in Connecticut for 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's the house they recorded one of the seasons of American Horror Story in. I don't know if you're into that show. I don't know that show, but yeah. And by the end of it, they hated each other.
Naturally.
So they named it The Unraveling of PUP the Band.
Well, this track we're about to play right now, so this is off their latest
It
LP.
is.
So the
And
latest, and this is an LP, right?
so yes. And so the thing is, and if we get to the bonus track I gave you, these technically the next two tracks are off this LP, and then the third one was actually released before this LP. It's a B-side to one of the singles from this record, but it did not make the actual cut. So all three of these songs that are coming up are about things that are not from the point of view of something that is not a human. So already that as a songwriter and a person who writes lyrics, that's a very hard task. Writing from the point of view of something that's not yourself or someone that is a human. I mean, in
I think
general,
that's cool though. It's kind of a cool idea.
It really shows where he's going as a lyricist and as where these guys are going as a band. I think that's really interesting, and I'm excited for you to hear some of this. I
Right.
think you've heard a few of these maybe once when I sent them to you, but not
Maybe.
enough to really be, in the zone,
Right, exactly.
So-
So this this next track is called Robot Writes a Love Song.
I know you remember listening to this one with me.
Yeah.
All the little computer jokes.
No, let's do it
Absolutely.
again. Yeah. So
Oh,
this
yeah.
is off their newest LP, The Unraveling of PUP the Band. Robot Writes a Love Song.
You were dead. Saw your corpse rolling out the door. I backed up your memory before they came for you. Monitor was blue, but your data's all stored. And when they come back with your new body, I'll load you into the new machine again. Bring you back to me. And when your motor died, so did I. It was a slow decline. Oh, the first time
so yet. I mean,
Yeah.
clearly the point of view of a computer who's in love with another
Yeah.
computer.
Can I read the lyrics real quick?
Absolutely.
Yeah. This is so clever the way he did this.
The second verse about Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden is just brilliant, by the way. I think that's funny as shit. I personally don't know that song's played out, but him as somebody younger than me, I almost have to assume he just like heard it a shit ton on like some like classic 90s rock, you know?
Exactly.
And he's just like, fuck that song. It's so funny to me. It's like out of all the songs to hate, you pick that one. That's cool.
Just the writing here is
it's brilliant.
so clever.
It's
yeah.
brilliant.
So it says, you were dead. I saw your corpse rolling out the door, but I backed up your memory before. They came for you. Monitor was blue, but your data is all stored. And when they come back with your new body, I'll load you into the new machine again and bring you back to me. And when your motor died, so did I. It was a slow decline. Like, what?
Yeah.
It says, oh, the first time I saw you, I confess, you nearly put me into cardiac arrest. I mean,
cheesy, but clever.
Clever.
There's also a mention of aorta coming up, which is really fucking a hard word to pull into a song. So
Yeah.
let's go. Continue.
Yep. So it says, it was way too much data to process. And oh, I'm wearing cargo shorts down in Florida. Please tell me, is there any room in your aorta for a beta test? That's fucking clever.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about beta testing, like with computers. That's awesome. Now my wires have all been.
It's a first date.
Yeah. Now all my wires have been exposed and my system's menu won't even load. Black Hole Sun, 102.1 FM. I think I'm going to self-destruct if I ever hear that song again.
My system's crashing now. My drive is shutting down. They gave me the Turing test.
Yeah.
So I guess it's best
Turing.
So I guess it's best to end it now. I mean, I'm not even looking at the lyrics. I'm pretty sure I got it right.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And it says, I'm holding on to your wreckage, but I think that I'm losing the connection.
So, and then here he talks about rumble strips, which is when you're driving, which I really fucking love. It means he's like veering off the path. Like he's, you know, like.
Oh, so what I took from that is like, he was in the back of like some dump truck that was taking him to be destroyed. And then the truck was going over the rumble strips. That's
as we hit the rumble strips. Ooh, that's an interesting take. I like it.
Because it says NO. So it says, I'm holding on to your wreckage, but I think I'm losing the connection. It's too late to save us now. So that led me to believe that maybe he was with the other computer in the back of the dump truck taking him. And it says, oh, and as we hit the rumble strips and the crusher, it starts closing in. You know, why is love so dangerous? It's so dangerous. And he says, now my wires have all been exposed and my system's menu won't even load.
Shit.
That's what I took from it.
So then maybe the song is playing in the car on his way to the dump. And that's why he fucking hates it. Like now you're bringing a whole. I didn't realize he was in a fucking truck, dude. I never looked up these lyrics. I always thought it was the pressure, not the crusher.
I mean, I could be completely wrong. Yeah,
I always thought it was pressure, not crusher. I never heard crusher. Didn't know. That's a game changer of a lyric.
Yeah,
changes the whole last part of the song.
The crusher starts closing in. Why is love so dangerous?
It's so dangerous.
Yeah.
Is it? Why is love this dangerous?
I heard that when I was reading this, when I was listening to the song. I think this might just be a typo.
Fair.
Like, why is love this dangerous? It's so dangerous. Yeah. Now all my wires have been exposed, and that's
the only repeated lyric in the song, by the way.
Yeah, that's
the only repeated lyric in the song is now my wires have all been exposed and my system's menu won't even load. That's the only repeated lyrics of the whole song, and they're right there at the end. All the rest of it is original. All the choruses, verse, all of it. There's no repeats. Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Well, and that typically comes from a lot of the music that you and I listen to. It's not, they don't follow the same standard verse, chorus. You know what I'm saying? They don't do that.
But these guys are catchy for what they're doing. Tell me I'm wrong. I mean, it's catchy. It's fucking catchy music.
You're not wrong at all.
It's catchy as fuck, dude. And it's like, I mean, it's not shitty music at all.
No.
This next song we're going to listen to, literally from the point of view of a guitar that is sitting in a corner because he got a new, better one.
And like he feels bad.
Like the guitar is pissed, like sad. The guitar is depressed. It's all from the point of view of the guitar,
Okay.
of a neglected guitar. So the story is PUP, Stefan only had one guitar on one of their first tours, and his guitar broke halfway through the tour. And one of his friends from another band they were touring with gave him like his old ass guitar. It was like, you can have it, dude. And it was a shit like $120 guitar. And he was like, dude, you can have it. I don't fucking care. Just play it. And he was like, but the guitar's name is Matilda, and you can never change the name. That's the only rule. So,
So the new guitar he got from the other guy was named Matilda. That's
correct. And he's had it for years. But once they actually started taking off, he had money to buy a better guitar. And his bandmates were like, dude, your guitar sounds like shit. Can you like buy a guitar? And he was like, well, fuck, I feel bad. So this one song on this record, he busted out the old axe to record this song. So all the rhythm guitar you hear on this track is his old shitty $120 guitar that's sitting in the corner collecting dust, waiting for his fingers to rust.
Well, let's hear it.
So,
And this is off their new album too, right?
mm-hmm. So another song written from the point of view from a non-human entity.
All right, this is a track called Matilda. And that was the album's called The Unraveling of PUP the Band, right?
Correct.
Okay, so this is Matilda. Let's do it.
Not even on display.
good.
Yeah. So you told me that his girlfriend broke up with him.
Yeah, I think I got that wrong.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
I think I actually, it's weird. Right after saying that to you, I actually analyzed that in my own head before you even said this right now. I was like, actually, I think I'm wrong. I think he wrote that song like kind of like looking in a mirror. Like he says he changed the locks, changed his bed, all like same old mattress, or no, a new mattress with the same old bitter thoughts. Like he went to IKEA, changed his whole fucking apartment to try to change from this like loneliness during COVID. And it's like none of it mattered. Nothing changed, even though he changed his surroundings essentially.
Well, that's what I was gonna. That's why I asked, because I'm like, is this really about a guitar looking at him, or is this
It
metaphor? Okay, so
Oh no.
are we talking about a literal guitar?
So if there's a song, you should pull up the lyrics for. It's this one, and we should walk through these real quick.
Yeah, no,
for real.
I have.
Let's do it.
I was reading it the whole time.
Yeah.
Because but the reason why in the back of my mind I was thinking, I was like, is this metaphorical for his girlfriend?
So no.
Yeah.
So he wrote a comic book about the shit with literally I mean, he draws in stick figures, but yeah. So no, it's literally about his guitar. Like the story I told you, like literally about this dude that gave him a guitar when his guitar broke on tour. And it's brilliant. The second verse starts with George and his lover, they gently weep.
Yeah, who's George?
George Harrison. While my guitar gently weeps.
Oh.
While my guitar gently weeps.
Gotcha.
So George and his lover. So this guitar is jealous, obviously, of Stefan's new guitar and looking at it as a lover, essentially. Like the whole song is from the point of view of a ex-guitar, ex-lover, like your ex-interest. Like,
I guess I was just reading into it too much. I mean,
think of a guitar sitting in a bar watching like her ex-guitarist play a new guitar on stage. Like, you know what I mean? Like a jealous ex-girlfriend kind of. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna read it. I'm gonna read through it real quick.
It is all guitar references.
Okay. I just, when you said the thing about him and his girlfriend breaking up, I was trying to think. I was like, is this guitar a metaphor for?
Isn't the chorus? No, you don't even write the chords down. You don't even play me anymore, or anyhow anymore.
Anyhow anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you're,
no, I mean, if
you've moved on, like you don't even have to write down the shit anymore. Like you're obviously a better musician now, and you don't need me, your little shitty, helper guitar. It's like, it's a jealous. Yeah, it's fucking brilliant, dude. It's a true story. The music video has the real guitar in it at a pawn shop. It's pretty dope. Like that's the whole video is based around this guitar as well, and it's the real guitar.
Yeah. So let me sorry, I just got a text message.
Oh, you're good.
So yeah, no, I mean,
was a text message from the Canadian government telling us to back off?
Exactly. You fucking boys listening to PUP? I'm sorry.
We're listening to Pathetic Use of Potential. Get it right.
And it's Pathetic Use of Potential, the band.
No, we're listening to Topanga, dude.
Yeah, it's Topanga. So I'm just gonna read through these real quick. Because if we take it literally as his guitar, which you just,
it is. I mean, it's beautiful, but it literally is about his guitar.
Yeah, because I was trying to think of the guitar being a metaphor for like his ex-girlfriend or something, but if
this one is literal as fuck. It is literally about his guitar.
Yeah,
it's so dope.
The song's Matilda. So it's left in the corner collecting dust, patiently waiting while my fingers rust. I was locked in a coffin case, not even on display. As it says, as you fret, my frets decay.
Yep.
You pick up your other and you strum away. I listen from the other room, try to pull you out of tune. Thought I was everything you need, thought at least you want to see it through, and I was caught in between giving up and calling out to you. Am I coming through? Now you don't even write the chords down. You don't even play me anyhow anymore. Now you just keep cranking them out like you're trying to numb yourself with all this work, but it's just not working out. Right. George
cranking out hits, just cranking them out. Yeah, like 100%. Yeah.
George and his lover, they gently weep, but I don't even get to breathe. I heard them make a sound that I'm totally unwound. It's like all my flaws have become the things that make you want to destroy something. And the reasons you started are lost now that the feeling has worn off. Thought I was everything you need. Thought at least you'd want to see this through. Your voice follows me. You sing perfectly out of tune. So now she's talking shit to him.
No. He literally, like, she's saying she loved the way, like, she loves the way he sings, and she doesn't think anyone else would like that, you know, because he does. He sings terribly out of tune. It's perfect. It's great.
And then it says, I thought we had more time. I thought I could make it up somehow. I try to weave between the lines. I try to turn myself up loud. Can you hear me now? So
And then
sitting
that whole instrumental bridge is just him playing that guitar as hard as he can, just like, like it's fucking
that's cool.
Oh yeah,
that's sick.
Oh yeah, it's Matilda, man.
And it says now you don't even write the chords down. You don't even play me anyhow anymore. Now you just keep cranking them out like you're trying to numb yourself. And I'm just a different drug, something that you took for granted, another love that you abandoned right when it starts to count. You don't even write the chords down. You don't even play me anyhow because it's only work and it's just not working out.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good line because it's only work and it's just not working out.
Agreed. That's a really good little hook line there. Hook, line, and sinker. They use it a couple of times on that one. Yeah, it's good. But it's literally about his guitar, man. He feels bad because
you're right.
This dude gave him a guitar and was like, just, take good care of her. And he felt guilty. He was like, dude, it sits in a fucking, you know what a coffin case is? It's like a company, like coffin guitar cases. I mean, they're shaped like coffins. Like it's a thing. Yeah. So, you keep it in a coffin case, not even on display, like on a fucking hanger in your fucking, living room, Yeah,
that's what she's just
not even on display. Yeah. Like not even on display. Like what the fuck? Yeah, it's a great fucking premise, dude.
Yeah. You stick me in a fucking corner. Yeah. People can't even see me whenever they come over to your house. And I'm just getting dust. You haven't played me in months and you have this new fucking guitar. But so I still think there could be a metaphorical aspect to it though.
I mean, he's been in relationships. I'm sure there's like life stories involved with everything he writes. You know what I mean? It's like, that's what good songwriting is, not just one thing. You know what I mean? It's also applied to the masses.
It's subjective.
What makes it art. That's what
subjective. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't just be like, I had a guitar. Her name was Matilda. She was really good until I got a better one.
Unless it's country music.
Yeah. Like you can make a really literal song like that for sure. And like, apply to the 1% of people that have owned a guitar and then like got a better one. Like maybe not even 1%, like lower than that. Like I'm pretty sure not 1 out of 100 people has owned a guitar and then bought a better guitar. I don't think that's true.
Yeah. I mean, I only have
less than the 1% of the population has done that scenario.
I only have 2 guitars and one's acoustic, one's electric. So I don't feel bad about it.
Well, I mean, you're also a drummer. So, I mean, good for you.
I don't even have my
joining the dark side. The dark side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
you have to help me out. You have to help me out here.
Okay.
Your number 8 track.
Yes.
I don't know what the name of it is.
Kill Something.
Oh. I okay. Oh yeah, I fucking see what you did here. Oh god.
Yeah, I fucked it up. It's called question mark. It's called question mark.
Yeah, and I was like, so I was thinking that Kill Something was the night.
No.
Okay.
So this is a B-side that didn't make the album, but it is on Spotify. It's released. It was released with Kill Something.
Another song called Waiting.
Yeah, Waiting.
Yeah. So if you're good, do you have any? You want to do an introduction to the song?
This is the third one off this record. It's not off the record. It's a B-side, but honestly, I'm impressed. This song was in this songwriting time at that house we talked about, and to write 3 out of 13 songs from the point of view of a different thing other than a human, in my opinion, is very, very creative, talented. The way it's brought across is just absolutely brilliant. The song is from the point of view of a dog who is bored while his dad is at work, essentially. Like while his owners are busy, he is just absolutely bored, and he keeps killing critters in the yard and bringing them to the back door, trying to impress the owners. And the owners yell at him, like, mom and dad yell at him, like, quit killing shit. And he's just like, I'm doing it for you, dad. Like I'm killing these fucking critters for you, dad. Dad. So like it's called Kill Something, and it's about his dog named Moose. They're Canadians and their dog is named Moose. I mean, fuck.
All right. So am I taking this one literally as what literally as well?
This is literally
the dog.
It's
Okay.
about a dog killing shit. Yep.
Okay. So I won't overthink it. So
Nope. You may want to pull the lyrics up because that's always fun.
I've got them pulled up.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to say one quick thing. So you said it's a B-side, right?
Also, this would be a great time, considering the name of this band, to bring up No Kill Shelters. Like if you've ever feeling like you need something in your life to bring a little happiness, or you got a little extra love to share with the world, go to a local shelter and consider possibly adopting an animal for your household, because there's a lot of them out there that really could use the help. Like that's true to the heart. True story.
Absolutely. And that's what we did last July. So, and it's been the greatest joy ever. And like I said earlier, we get to go pick him up in the morning from him being boarded. And like, I bought him 2 new toys today. I'm like, I got him more food. I'm like, he's getting a homecoming. We haven't seen him since Friday morning. And I'm like,
is this the first time he's been boarded?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's a big thing.
Yeah. So, but the good thing is like he got to stay at his vet, so I knew that if anything came up, he was in good hands. So,
it's pretty. Assuming it's a decent even animal hospital, they have somebody that's there for multiple hours, multiple shifts on the weekends that takes the animal out, plays with them, all the jazz. Yeah,
they were like, they're like, he'll be going out at least 6 to 8 times a day. I'm like, great.
Fuck yeah, dude. Dope. Well, this one's for Buckley. I know you only have beer over there, but cheers to Buckley.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't wait to meet him.
I know, Bucky boy.
Look forward to it.
I gained a new best friend, so now I've got my wife and my dog. So it's awesome. We can't wait to see him. It's just so fun.
I love that we've put the deep dive into PUP tonight as a welcome home for your little buddy.
Yeah, for sure. So this is a song off PUP's. It's a B-side. It's called "Kill Something."
This is a song by PUP about a pup.
Yeah, about a pup. So from the perspective of a pup. So the last one was a guitar. Now it's a dog. But Bob,
first we had a robot, then we had a guitar. Now we've got a dog.
Now we got a dog. Bob, you know what they say about B-sides, though, right?
No, I have no clue. Actually, wait, what?
I mean, you know what they say. Sometimes B-sides are the best side.
I mean, definitely not as complex lyrically as the last two, but clearly from the point of view of a dog who is sick of being in a cage because he keeps killing all the things in the yard that he wants to kill over and over and over to impress his fucking owner. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I mean,
Yeah. I got to get you off the couch and drag you around the block.
yeah,
It's fucking
like,
awesome.
and he says, "I'm sick of gnawing on these tired bones."
Yeah.
While you cycle through the words I know.
Yeah, while you cycle through the words I know. That is a great lyric. Absolutely. Talking Bird by Death Cab is a great song. Oh man. Oh.
Is that from the perspective of a bird?
Yeah, well, no, it's like a metaphor about a girl who,
See,
you know,
that's what I'm saying. So I wasn't too wrong to think that maybe these are metaphorical.
no, and they very well could be. I'm just a big fan and following him on media, and he blatantly talks openly about like what these songs are. I'm a stalker. I mean, like I watch every podcast he's on and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I'm not a stalker, a musical stalker, like an inspirational stalker. I'm trying to get every little bit of information about how he writes songs as I can, because in my mind, he's brilliant. He's fucking brilliant.
At the end of the day, why do we really follow anybody? We want to like learn about, like, especially like celebrities. Like you want to kind of see what they're doing and sometimes what the process is, right? I mean,
like especially as a creator, like it's you know, I want to see somebody who's doing something the way I want to be doing it, or at least part of the way I want to be doing it. Like this guy is doing it the way I wish I was doing it, or like had the creative intellect, like the insight to do it the way I'm trying to do it. Maybe not exactly the same way, but
yeah, I mean,
this guy's a way better lyricist than I am. He might write chords a little differently than I do. Like my songs are never going to sound exactly like that. Not quite as weird, as different. But lyrically, I can't think of a better role model at this point in my life. I'm just like, this guy's writing from points of view where it's like, I can barely write a song from anyone other than myself. Like,
that's why it's awesome that you found him, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, anything can be, anything and anyone can be an inspiration. If you found this guy, I mean, like some of his creative flow is going to come off on you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, dude, the second I found out about this band about 3.5 years ago, my songwriting changed immensely. Like it had been so stagnant for so long, playing songs that sounded like the same 20 bands. You know what I mean? It's like,
yeah.
Then all of a sudden this band came in that made me realize there was a whole new way to blend all my influences and like, yo, dude, if you just play that same song you've been playing for 20 years, but add like this chord every now and then, it's a whole different ball game, buddy. Or like when you do this chord, just like do it 3 times instead of 4 and like go back to the regular 4. It'll sound so crazy because it makes it 8 and then 7 and then back to 8. And it's like just these simple little things where you just like stop one beat in your head and you're like, oh, well, okay. You don't have to make the whole thing about it. You just drop out a beat and then go right back to it. It's like, it's great. It's great little creative hacks, man. These guys know what they're fucking doing, man.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's also kind of just saying, it's like you find out about these random bands and these podcasts and shit. And like, for me personally, like that's why I follow so many podcasts, because I want to hear what they're doing and how they do it, and take little notes here and there that I can, that we can work on, making this podcast the best it can be.
Absolutely.
So I mean, like I follow a bunch of them on Instagram, like their personal accounts, and like I can see some behind the scenes shit on what they're doing.
Like I said, that's why I think this will be a fun thing, because when one of us is passionate about a band, we're going to have enough knowledge to approach the other person with a handful of songs. You know what I mean? And be like, this is what the song means to me. This is what it's about. This is, this is coming from the horse's mouth, like this is what it is. And how do you feel about it? Yeah. And I think it's really fun.
I think you've turned me into a bona fide PUP fan.
Well, mission accomplished then, my friend. Yeah, it's fucking good shit, man. All right, so it's as a drummer, I know. I mean, you just already will know how good that guy is. But they're very talented songwriters. There are none of them are too much. None of them are better than each other, which is good. It's like I feel like there's a really good equal mix of talent in that band, and I like that. No one has a big head. They're equals, and I think that's cool. Again, another thing I love about the gang vocals, everyone has a voice literally on stage, which is cool.
Yeah, and,
you know,
like that gang singing that you're calling it, like
it's not like a chant with them though. It's like there's
Yeah.
layers of singing, which is
Yeah.
cool. Like
and that makes it, and you
it's
know
like
what that
Queen,
does?
but not, it's like unpolished Queen is what it is. You know what I mean? It's like unpolished Queen builds. You know, it's like
Right.
it's raw. You know, it's not
But
perfect
The,
at all.
the thing I like about it though is that type of lyricism 100%, and it makes the crowd feel invited to sing along with it, right? So we're
Absolutely.
all doing this at one time, just hitting these lines, right?
And if one of those boys is tired that night, you can bet he can back off a little bit and it's still going to be handled
Yeah.
because the crowd's in it to win it.
Yeah, if
100%.
his vocals are a little shot, they know
Yeah.
that the crowd has it. So
It's writing music that's meant to be performed live, which is brilliant in itself. I mean, the only way to make money these days is live performance. So
Right. I mean,
you're
that's
writing music that is literally enticing you to sing along. It's like you might as well be writing that soccer chant that everyone sings before a soccer game or during a soccer game, you know, like it's.
Oh, and I was gonna say that also helps, like when I've been to live shows before, right? And you get to those like shouty, chanty parts of a song, and you don't know it. You're like,
I'm that. You just look at the guy next to you and just kind of just lip sync with him and just mumble.
That can tell you 100%. That's why I started listening to Say Anything, because the first time I saw Say Anything, I'd never heard them before, and they played "Glory of Love," right?
Oh, nice song, good song.
Yeah, and
I'm so glad that's the one you remember and not that "Touch Myself" song.
Oh yeah, what is it, like I Can Be Sexual Too or something? I don't know.
Oh,
But the Glory of Love that he wrote about, like his grandparents.
When you
can that be our closing song?
Absolutely.
Yeah. When
it's a long one. It's a long one.
When I watch you, I want to do you as you're standing in the
right where. When I watch you, wanna do you right where you're standing.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
right
in your foyer on this
dark day, right in plain view.
Oh yeah,
but Miss Black Eyeliner,
you look finer
with each day in hiding.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's alive with the Glory of Love. 43
alive,
dude. 43 million plays on Spotify.
That's like almost as much as my sex tape, dude. That's pretty good.
Oh man.
And that is also on Spotify, by the way. Not a different website. Like literally, it's a song called My Sex Tape, and it's by me. It's really good. It's got 47 million views. You should check it out.
There you go.
That was all a lie, just like the sex tape.
All right, so this is a bonus track to end. This is ladies and gents, Checking the Scene, episode 17.90210.
Now
call it. Oh, hold on, Bob.
Is it safe to assume you're playing this because the band we have just enjoyed for the last hour or so reminds you a bit of this band? Because I do see the similarities.
It does a little bit,
because that was one of those bands in my influence category. When I heard this band, I was like, "There's some Say Anything in there for sure."
So this is going to be the band Say Anything off. I think it was like their first album. Is a Real Boy. We've talked about it before on the last.
Say Anything.
Is a Real Boy.
It's actually called ... is a Real Boy. It's called Ellipsis is a Real Boy.
Yeah, exactly. And then to harp back on the B-sides, there's the Was a Real Boy as well. So, and that's where Wow I Can Get Sexual Too comes from. So, but this song is called Alive with the Glory of Love. I think he wrote it about his grandparents that met in a concentration camp.
He does write a lot about his Jewish background and his relatives that lived through the Holocaust. He has a whole album called Hebrews, actually, which is a brilliant fucking album. There's like barely any guitar on it. It's fucking brilliant. That's a horse of a different color. We'll handle that another day.
We will handle that another day. So let's play it out with Alive with the Glory of Love. Fucking banger track, dude.
It is certifiable.
Certifiable. Dude. Let's go. All right. 3, 2, 1. Yep.
troubling car is alive with the glory of love. Troubling car alive with the glory of love. Yeah. I can't speed it up down. Should they catch us and dispatch us to those separate work camps? I'll dream about you. I will not doubt you with the passing of time. Oh yeah, should they kill me, your love will fill me as warm as the bullets. Yeah, I'll know my purpose. This war was worth this. I won't let you down. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. Hell no, no. Whoa, no. I won't let them take you. Won't let them take you. Hell no, no.
Jam. This is certified bop.
So again, that was Say Anything, a little bonus song there at the end.
That is a certifiable.
Right, exactly. Certifiable bop. But yeah, we just wanted to leave on that note just because that really PUP made me
Yeah. Honestly, that is a great choice of a song to kind of embody what PUP's doing too. Because really, think about how many different styles Say Anything, or Max Bemis goes through on that song. Like
right.
that's like 4 or 5 established feels all in one song.
I always love how Max is another great songwriter, which we've talked
He
about.
really is. He's brilliant. He's brilliant.
But he always enunciates so much and holds on to S sounds. So he says, when they catch us and dispatch us to those separate work camps.
Yeah, like he's got one of those things that no one else does, which
right.
Just like Tom from Blink, he's got one of those voices. That's the thing about Blink. Mark, there's a million Marks. I hate to say it, but there's a million Marks. There are.
There's only one Tom.
Matt Skiba is another Mark. Like that's why the whole new thing doesn't work for me. But there's only one Tom. You're absolutely right. There's no one else going, my God. Like no one else is singing that. Yeah. No other punk band or band in general is singing unless it's somebody who's influenced by him. Like
right, that's true.
Like not happening.
I mean, and Matt Skiba can try to do it as much as he wants to, but he's never going to be Tom DeLonge. So
Coheed and Cambria, dude. Claudio, I think his name is Claudio.
Yeah, I think it's Claudio.
No one sounds like him, dude. Not a single person that I've ever heard sounds like him. Not Geddy Lee, not any of the other high-pitched singers. Nope. Claudio sounds just like the dude from Coheed, and that's it. Like,
and I've seen Coheed live, and I'm not even a huge Coheed fan. They were fucking amazing, dude.
Matt Barentine said the exact same thing. They were playing at like the place next to the Comedy Zone, I guess the Music Factory or whatever.
Yeah, and
he got in for free at the Fillmore, and he was like, I honestly was going in for like one song, and he was like, I just stayed for the rest of the whole set because it was just really fucking good.
I think the lead guitarist
is the singer. The lead guitarist is the singer.
Yeah, because we were there seeing actually Circa Survived. Circa and Coheed were touring together, and
you may have seen Barentine. I mean,
I think we were probably there together. I think we were actually.
He always got free tickets to anything at the NC Music Factory because of Comedy Zone. He would get because he would do a lot of gigs up there and shit.
Yeah, maybe because are you a big Coheed fan?
I mean, their second and third record I was really big into. Yes.
Okay, because I was gonna say maybe that could be a band that like you and I like appreciate and like, and maybe we could go through their discography together and try to get more into them. right? Because that's just been
okay. Fair. I mean, that's definitely an option for sure.
Yeah.
I like that. Just an idea of an episode where it's like, well, we both like this band, but we don't know nearly enough about them. Let's pick songs at random. Like, this is the most liked song. This is the most liked song off this album. This is the least liked song off this album. So we're going to give this one a whirl. You know what I mean? Like, just go random roulette style through their discog. Like,
I think it'd be fun. We could do like a random music generator too, and just pick a random song off each album.
Can we just call that episode Good Eye Sniper? Can we call that episode Sniper? That was like, I always think of Kazaa, because like I used to try to look up Coheed on there, and it was like the song wasn't like oh god, what's that song called? Midnight or
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Hold on.
You can. I'm gonna search while you think. You search your brain. I'll search Spotify.
A Night at the Roxbury.
I don't know. Favor House Atlantic.
Oh well, yeah, close enough.
I hit the Roxbury, Favor House Atlantic. I mean, same thing.
It sounds like a bar. I don't know. I'd do it.
Yeah. All right. So this was again.
What the fuck even is a Favor House Atlantic?
I don't know, man.
I can figure it out.
I'll look it up. So this is ladies and gents checking the scene. Okay.
Are we done?
You're cutting me. Yeah, we're done.
Okay, good. Thank God.
We're not going fucking 5 hours again. We're already.
I thought you were about to go into Coheed. I was like, no, that's a different day, sir. That's a different day.
Yeah, that's
okay.
not a day.
I'm sorry, ladies and gents.
I'll close it out. I'll close it out. So we're at hour.
Well, this is me closing it out before Will closes it out. Just want to say thanks to all the ladies and the gents out there, and thanks for checking out the scene with me and Will Zors here. And Will Zors and I.
There you go.
And we've had a good time, and thanks for being such great ladies and gentlemen.
Gents. Jesus. Okay.
I'm a degen, dude.
Okay. Yeah, you're a fucking degenerate.
That's right. That's why I can't help but say degenerate. Gentlemen.
Yeah. All right, Bob. So I want to say thanks again for you being here with me. Thanks for the recommendation on PUP. I hope we got to play some good tracks for you. I think you have made me a PUP fan. So I think that's our goal here, right? So hopefully some of the listeners will check them out as well. So that was episode 17.90210. Checking the scene, ladies and gents, checking the scene. Mission accomplished.
Booyaka shaka daka laka.
Booyaka. All right.
He's on fire.
Peace.